How do cats apologize to humans? And how can humans apologize to cats? For thousands of years, cats have lived beside us, not as servants, not as followers, but as silent companions. They entered human settlements on their own terms, drawn by warmth, shelter, and opportunity. Even today, cats remain creatures of choice. They do not explain themselves. They do not seek approval. And they do not experience relationships the way humans do. To truly understand a cat, we must abandon the expectation of words and instead learn to read stillness, distance, and subtle movement. Because in the world of cats, meaning is rarely spoken, it is shown. This documentary explores a question that quietly lives in the minds of many cat guardians. When tension arises, when trust feels shaken, when something goes wrong, can a cat apologize? And if we are the ones who cause fear or stress, how do we make things right? To answer these questions, we must first understand how cats experience emotion. Inside the emotional world of cats, cats were once described as emotionally distant, even indifferent. Their independence was often misunderstood as a lack of attachment. But modern research in feline behavior reveals a far more nuanced reality. Cats feel deeply. They experience pleasure and discomfort, security and uncertainty, attachment and loss. What differs is not the depth of emotion, but the method of expression. Cats communicate through restraint. Their emotional signals are small, precise, and easy to miss: a slight turn of the ears, a pause before entering a room, a change in sleeping location. When a cat feels safe, their body tells the story. Movements become slow and fluid. Muscles soften. Eyes narrow into relaxed blinks. The cat takes up space without tension. When safety is compromised, the change is equally clear. Stress does not announce itself loudly in cats. Instead, it creeps in quietly, through withdrawal, hyper-awareness, reduced play, or avoidance of familiar people. These behaviors are not acts of rebellion. They are protective strategies. To a cat, emotional safety is everything. Do cats understand when they've done something wrong? Humans often interpret animal behavior through a moral lens. We assume intention, guilt, and awareness of wrongdoing. Cats do not operate within this framework. They do not understand rules as moral obligations. A cat who knocks something over or crosses a boundary is not acting out of defiance or mischief. They are responding to instinct, curiosity, or environmental triggers. However, cats are highly sensitive observers of human behavior. They notice shifts in tone, body language, facial tension, and emotional energy. What they learn is not right versus wrong, but safe versus unsafe. A cat does not think, "I made a mistake." They think, "The environment has changed." Raised voices, sudden movements, or emotional withdrawal register as instability. And for an animal wired for both hunting and survival, instability demands caution. What humans often label as a guilty look is usually fear, confusion, or appeasement behavior, not remorse. Can cats apologize? In human culture, an apology requires reflection and regret. It assumes an awareness of harm caused and a desire to repair it. Cats do not experience guilt in this way. But they do experience disruption. When tension enters a shared space, cats feel it immediately. They sense emotional distance and changes in routine. And when a relationship matters to them, many cats attempt to re-establish balance. Not because they feel sorry, but because connection equals safety. A cat may quietly reappear in the same room. They may sit nearby without demanding attention. They may brush past a leg, observe calmly, or rest within view. These actions are not admissions of fault. They are signals of willingness to reconnect. In the feline world, proximity is trust. How humans can apologize to cats. The first step is patience. If a cat retreats, avoids contact, or hides, This is communication, not rejection. Respecting that space is essential. As tension fades, humans can begin signaling safety again. Lowering the voice. Moving slowly and predictably. Avoiding prolonged direct eye contact. Using gentle, slow blinks. Most importantly, interaction must remain optional. To cats, trust is rebuilt through consistency, not intensity. Calm routines, gentle handling, and respect for boundaries speak louder than affection offered too quickly. How long does emotional tension last? Cats do not dwell on isolated incidents. A single moment of stress is often released once the environment stabilizes. But repeated negative experiences form patterns, and cats are excellent pattern learners. If fear becomes predictable, avoidance becomes logical. This is not stubbornness. It is adaptation. The good news is that cats are also remarkably forgiving when safety returns consistently. Trust, once damaged, can be repaired, but only through time and reliability. Cats do not apologize with words. They do not analyze the past. They live in the emotional truth of now. When a cat chooses to remain near you, to sleep in the same space, to relax in your presence, they are offering something deeply meaningful. I feel safe again. In the language of cats, forgiveness is quiet. It is expressed through calm coexistence, shared space, and routine. Living with a cat is not about control, correction, or constant interaction. It is about awareness. About learning when to step closer, and when to step back. Cats teach us a different kind of relationship. One built on mutual respect rather than obedience. On quiet understanding rather than explanation. When conflict fades and calm returns, cats do not ask for apologies. They watch. They wait. And they decide. Every slow blink, every shared room, every moment of peaceful coexistence is a conversation, one that says trust is being rebuilt. Perhaps the greatest lesson cats offer us is this. Relationships do not heal through words alone. They heal through presence, patience, and consistency. And when a cat chooses to stay, without being asked, that choice itself is the answer.